too much. We're going to be focusing on getting money to gift Sebastian things in order to get our hearts up, okay? I'm really excited about this. It's going to be fun. And, yeah. All right, so what should we make our name, our farm name, and our favorite thing? Give me some ideas while I pick our hairstyles and go from there. Kind of go with that one all the time, but I might want something different. Some pigtails. Let's do some pigtails. I'll go on the Meadowlands farm because I do like that one. And I think I want to stay like that one maybe. I don't know what I want for my shirt. Do pink one? Do this pink one. Hoey? We're gonna name myself Hoey. Have you, Grace? That's what we're doing today. My stalker husband. Fave thing is Sebastian. Okay, let's put that one down for sure. Ho's my goats. Hobag. Okay, Hobag for the farm. What should my name be? Frozen Tear Farm? Romantasy? Void Farm? Does he like Void Egg? How do you know this stuff? Rhymes with Chloe. Perfect. Chloe? Chloe from the Hobag farm. People are gonna be like, who the hell is Chloe? Crab Farm. What's the name of the chef from The Little Mermaid? The chef? The chef? I don't remember. Is it because his name is Sebastian, like the goddamn crab? He's your go-to every single time. Can I get away with this? I feel like Sloot is more PG-13. Oh no, my finger slipped. All right, let's start us off. Okay, so outside of the Sebastian mod, I only have a few things in here and I want to make sure that we are all set up. So I have the CJB cheats menu and I've got the fishing already all set up and relationships. I wouldn't have met him yet, so we're at 0. I think I can change the hearts on here, but I still don't know if it's gonna trigger enough. So I don't necessarily want to do that. Y'all picking up what I'm putting down here? So a lot of this stuff I'm gonna have to do separately. We're PG-13, I know. You wouldn't think it, and I wouldn't have assumed it. But we're here. Oh God, I forgot I don't have a silo. What am I gonna do with this? Hey! You're right, we need to do infinite gifting, have that set up. I think we already do. Give gifts anytime, no friendship decay. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I set up a couple of things last night. I wanted to make sure we had those ready to go. So we don't have any seeds right now. We're gonna have to wait for Robin's house to enter, to open up anyway. So I'm just gonna work on a little area over here. We didn't name the chickens. What do we want to name the chickens? We don't have them. Or rather, we have them, but I didn't name them. What are the chickens' names? They are Papaya and Peachy. I want dark romance or slutty names. No friendship decay. No. You need this IRL? Papaya looks really happy today. Well, you won't be. What is this? Oh, it's wood. Candy? Do edible paint? Are you kidding me? Fine, I'll do candy, and then this one will be edible panties. Oh. Just one? Fine, candy and edible panty. All right, are you happy now? Oh, I don't want to leave this open. I already miss all my other mods. I can't live like this, y'all. I'm not equipped for it. Pecking and pecked. Candy and panty. doing stripper names? Is it because my name is Sloot? Don't answer that question. I don't want to know if it's true or not. Isn't it so yellow? I feel like sometimes I forget how the base game looks when I don't have my recolors in. It's so yellow, at least in the springtime. Like, it's borderline school bus yellow. I don't care about meeting people. Harvest an egg from your chickens. You harvest an egg from my chickens. God. Diamond, Destiny. Are these still stripper names? You said slutty names. I guess I did, didn't I? Sometimes I forget what I ask y'all for and then I get mad at you. As I should. Maybe. Corey, are you in here right now? Hold on a second. Spam me. My friend, my bestie Corey. Bitch, are you sitting down? Of course you're doing your job when I have gossip. Anyway, sorry about that. That's Sebastian's job. What is? To gather wood? Is that a euphemism? I love my friends. All right, let's make a chest that I can throw all my stuff in. I think Corey is lurking right now, but he's not saying anything in chat. Yeah. Put all that stuff over here. Okay, let's try and get some things. Part of me doesn't even want to buy seeds right now. Because we need money to get things for Seb. Okay, wait, question. Does he like any of the forageable items? Hey, does he like daffodils? Anything cheap I can get? Can I do anything by, like, the onions? Does he like those? Seems so slow compared to Tuesday. I know, right? Are we all used to Stardew Valley speedrunning now? You'll Ulfamism. I hope you do on. He doesn't like any of these. Well, I could sell these for money. What does he like? Does he like pizza? Does he like beer? What can I turn into cold hard cash that I can buy? What are things? Okay, those are his favorites, right? What does he like? What's he like? What if I spam one of these gifts? Would he take any of it? I hate all of this. Favorites and likes. Why is he so difficult? Oh, not the blacksmith. Oh my god. Fuck you, Clunt. He likes quartz. Did I? No, I don't have it in here. What I could do. We could try something out. Nobody panic. I can't exit yet. Let's at least meet him. Go to sleep. We'll go out. I'll do the item spawner. I'll put that in the game. And then we can spawn items. How's that sound? You in here? Can I open up your door? I must be able to open up your door. Warp locations advanced. Excuse me. Hello. Nice to meet you. You just moved in, right? Cool. Yeah. Out of all the places you could live, you chose Pelican Town? I did. Here, take my onion. Okay, you didn't like that. Take a daffodil. You didn't like that. But maybe it's not giving anything. Okay, see you later. I'm gonna sell the rest of my stuff then. Bread is neutral. All right, I'll buy a lot of bread. That's all I got for that? I'll buy a lot of bread. It's giving nothing. Absolutely nothing. All right, 5 bread. We're gonna go back to Robin's. And I can't really make money today because I don't have a fishing rod. Oh, no. Hi, I'm back. Is that a baguette you're holding over your head, or are you just happy to see me? It's literally a baguette. We're speed running this. I haven't even gotten a single... The game is trying to kill me. The game is trying to kill me. Listen, if I get the item spawner, we can just do prismatic shards. We'll get that up so fast. This is what we're gonna do. Nobody panic. We're going home. We're gonna sleep. We're gonna sleep early. We're, in essence, saving the game, okay? We're gonna exit the game for 1 moment. I have to close all my windows that I currently have open. I'm gonna go into my mods folder. And I'm going to bring up the item spawner. Okay, moving that into mods. Closing that. Gonna relaunch the game. Oh God, where's chat? Chat, come back. I miss you. Where are you? Okay, there you are. Oh, he's a geek. It's gonna take a second. I hope so. He is. He's playing hard to get. Lauren, how are you doing? So, should I just not do the prismatic shard? Should I just straight up do his favorites? How does that work? It's been so long since I've tried to... Sorry. Sloot! I have a name, and it's Sloot. Frog, egg, frozen tear, obsidian. Okay, so this is working. Two frozen tears. Okay. Straight up his faves? Alright, we'll do that then. Hello, Willy. I have to go and see Willy today anyway. Oh, I'm gonna get my rod today. Ooh. Ooh. Thanks for the rod, man. Universal Faves, Golden Pumpkin, Magic Rock Candy Pearl, Prismatic Shard, Rabbit's Foot, and Star Drop Tea. Okay. That's pretty sick. Lauren, hi! You married him too. All right. Yeah, Faye is like, I always go after Sebastian as well. Gumby! Thank you for the raid! How are you doing, party people? Hi, Nightjar. Hi, Giggles. Hi, Dakota. Welcome on in, pals. If you're new here, hey, hi, hello. My name is Violet. We love playing cozy variety games over here on Twitch. And we prioritize chat interaction over gameplay. So sit back, relax, hit that follow button if you'd like to come back sometime. Gumby, how was your stream today? How was Stardew? I hope you had so much fun. Now, what are you working on? The 1.6 update? You doing anything wild? So we still have our 1.6 solo farm, but today I said, we're taking a break. We're starting a new save, because I found this mod. It's a Stalker Sebastian mod, and I want to be stalked, so that's what we're working on today. I'm doing lovely. I hope you are too. You had an MRI today, so I got to hang out and play Dew after. I hope it went well, honey. I hope it was nice and relaxing for you, and that you're doing good. Great to see you. You just started winter year 1. Awesome. We are still in fall for the solo save. We've played more in my co-op farm with Shella, but that's okay. We're still having a great time. And I really want a trinket. That's like my next big thing that I want. Because I want a little trinket. There's also some things we haven't found yet in the mines, which I'm both excited for and nervous about. Is Willy back in there yet? No, let's go back to the farm and sell some things. Because I don't want to wait around. Boom, 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 boom. Perfecto. El Pepe. Oh my God, we got a lot of this stuff. Oh God, good otherwise. Find out Monday if you need another wrist surgery. You know what? Answers are still good than no answers, right? I don't want to wait for our lives to be over. You know, in the middle of the pandemic, back in 2020, I tried rewatching Dawson's Creek. Was it always that cringe? And like, I thought it was one of the coolest TV shows, but now I'm watching it back. And I'm like, that's so cringe. But other shows that I've watched back are also cringe. Do you mind? Do you mind? Really throwing it back? Yeah. It's what we like to do here. Mishikins, enjoy! Have a great day! Have a great day. Thank you so much. Oh, he's still sleeping? That's too damn bad. Hi, good morning. I was thinking, people are like stones skipping over the water. Eventually, we're gonna sink. Oh. Okay, here's a frozen tear for you. I really love this. How did you know? My chat, in fact. Okay, we're up to 1 heart. We gotta get at least to 2 before any of the Stalker stuff happens. Okay, we're at 2. We're gonna go home. And we're gonna sleep. Hell yeah. Have we ever considered the fact that he became a stalker because we stalked first? No, absolutely not. Never. I don't know what you're talking about. You only throw it back at funerals. How dare you? And yeah, that's my normal list of Stardew Valley mods. I do have the Stalker Sebastian mod on here, which is called, I'm going to say it wrong again, Yandir mod? Yandir Sebastian? There's a couple on there for both Leah. There is Shane. There is Elliot. But we are trying Sebastian first. I'm so ready. I'm not. I feel like it's kind of weird that I've broken into his room. And I keep gifting him things. So honestly, Bear Witch, you may have a very valid point at this moment in time. That maybe I'm the one that's overdoing it here. You love this stripped down Stardew? It's nice, right? We're kind of throwing it back. Although, you know, I do have our cheats menu and our item spawner. But tomato, tomato, demi lovato. Who cares? Not me. You have to stalk to stalk. You have to put yourself on the stalker's radar, right? Isn't that how it goes? How it went in you. Yeah. Gotta be celery. Enjoy, Gumby! Enjoy, enjoy. Revenge stalking, who knew? I like you, I want to watch you sleep. I'm gonna go and pick up some more onions, I think, down by Marnie's ranch, too. And then double back around and get the trash cans. You might be saying to yourself, Violet, why are you doing that when you have the item spawner? Well, I could change the time, but that kind of gets a little glitchy in the game. So I feel like we might as well just wait until 9 a.m. before we actually visit. You know? It makes sense to me. And maybe only me. Go to the saloon. I swear to God, if I end up getting, like, the trash can hat in this save and not in my co-op or solo save, I'm gonna be pissed. Here's is about to be open as well. Ba-dum-bum. Inventory is full. I want the nut! What do you mean it's full? Good. I got the nut. Everybody look at my nut. I got another nut! See? That's what you get for making sure you keep your nut by your side. You know, well, you'll get it if you've never gotten it before. I've gotten it. I have gotten it before. But only once in one save, and it wasn't my perfection save. The only hat that I haven't gotten is the living hat. Oh, sorry, Penny. Sorry. That's a lot of nuts. I know, 2 nuts. Hi, Silver! How are you doing? She's got 2 nuts. And I'm not afraid to show them. But, I mean, I might be. Slightly. I think I want to go to Pierre's first so I'm not waving my nut around for Sebastian. That might be too much. Oh my god, closed on Wednesdays. Can I sell my stuff at Joja? Probably not. I'll drop them off at home. I forgot it was Wednesday. Hi, Jared! I will definitely protect my nuts by putting them in the safety bin. Is this the normal cutscene with him being like, hold on a minute? Yeah, all right, I'm gonna skip that. Hi, Sebastian! Oh, you're sleeping. Hi! It's nice to see you. If you're lucky, you might see a frog in this weather. That's it? That's all you have to say to me? I really love this. How did you know? I didn't. Okay, I'm a little concerned because when I tried this out yesterday, after I got 2 hearts, he says something completely different. So I'm wondering now if by putting the item spawner in, it's not going to work. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to sleep and I'm going to save it. And we're going to take the item spawner out because we already got the frozen tears. It should. He's supposed to say something along the lines of like, you look nice when you're sleeping. That's what I was expecting him to say. That's what I got yesterday when I was testing it. Because I was like, oh, is this going to work? Oh, yeah, it was working. I know. So now I'm like, shit. I think I want to take it out. Because I think the item spawner is doing something to it. So I'm going to take it out. I'm going to take it out and we'll see. Okay? Because I still will have the frozen tears. And we'll take it out. Was it raining when you tested? No. So that would have been the 4th day, right? Let's try it then. All right, we'll stay on it one more day. If he says you're sleeping, we're on the right path. If he doesn't say something in regards to you sleeping, then I'll take the mod out. Sound good? Sound good? Sound Gucci? Shut up. Shut up, Pierre. Nobody cares. You are right, though, that maybe, like, the first couple of days are set so you can't get any progress with it. I hope that's the case. Please let it be the case. I just don't want us to go through all this work for nothing, you know what I mean? Trash. You're trash. Call me trash. One of these mornings, I'm going to time it perfectly with Lewis coming out, and he's going to be like, get out of my trash can. Yeah, can we get some Stalker vibes in the chat? What, really? Yeah, I guess we are. I guess I said it. Hi, Tommy. It's illegal to sell a pickle that doesn't bounce. What? Where did you learn that from? Tommy? Bear Witch? Okay then, Violet. You know what? Everybody shut up when you're talking to me. Paris is like, what? Stalker vibes. What? What? Listen, everybody have some more coffee right now. That's what I think we should do. I never see Lewis when he's tending his garden. He's caught me so many times. I know. because he blends in. He absolutely blends in with his pants because of his outfit. I'm literally convinced. You're confused already? Good. Hey, Shane, you're not stalking us, but here, take these broken glasses. Why are you giving me your garbage? Because now it's your garbage. Hey, how about some trash? Yeah, this is garbage. Yeah, I'm gonna piss off my entire town. Just wait! You think Lulu is in here? Yo, Mayor Loser! How's some green algae? This makes me sick! What a horrendous gift! Good. Ooh! Tell us how it is, Tommy. Okay. Sebastian. Hello, my love. Did you watch me sleep last night? Oh! You literally did! Well! And so it begins! Thanks, Bearwitch. Thank you all for being like, shut up, Violet, try one more day, because clearly it didn't work then. We're making progress! That's kind of weird, though, right? Like, I broke into his room, he's sleeping, and he's like, I also watched you sleep. So it's like a match made in heaven. So I only want to go up by 1 heart increments right now, okay? So we did 1 heart, and we're going to go back, and we're going to go to bed. So we can see what happens. Golden! Thank you, honey! It's working! I'm seeing your name in game for the first time in Violet. I put down Slut originally, and I said, I don't think our PG-13 stream could handle that, so I went with Sloot. I love his... Lumi, I read that as Bush. I'm like, where is there a plant in his room? Never mind. I do. I also love his little blush. Yeah, well, he's asleep. To jail with him. Jail for everybody. Mutual stalking. That's what we're here for, everyone. Oh my god, my animals. I haven't been feeding my animals. I just realized that. Nobody has said anything about my poor animals. Hi, aminals. Do you have any eggs for me or do you hate me? Oh my god, look at all these eggs I got. Amazing. Build a silo. Blah, blah, blah. Blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? You get it. Thank you for the follows. Welcome on in. Welcome to the Stalker Show, starring Salute and Sebastian. Actually, I mean, I'm really not doing much on this farm outside of Stalker Sebastian, so I'm just gonna sell this stuff. Well, we were busy. We were. What were we busy with? What were we doing? I'm sorry, PG-13 stream? Yes. If Shella can get away with euphemisms, then we also euphemism them. We also euphemize. Evil playthrough. I mean, I started gifting out trash to people, but we could follow through with that if we wanted to. All the fucks are okay. All right, so maybe like a soft R rating then? No. Listen, no, PG-13 you can still swear. You can absolutely swear. Mutual stalking can PEMDAS each other out. Are you sure? Are you positive? Hi, Eric. How are you doing, bestie? That's all I remember in math class. If Kayla says it's right, then it's right. Some of the things we do aren't euphemisms. I have no idea what you're talking about. Thank you for the follows. Welcome. You can only get... Doc, did you research this? Not mutual? Yeah, but if you really think about it, if AutoMod allows one to slip through, right? Then technically all of those are just one word. So I think that it would bypass the censors in an appropriate and positive manner. Don't you agree? We're rated M, like real gamers. It's a big joke in movies. Is it? Our boyfriend is a stalker. Nothing else matters. Yeah. I want to see what he's going to say today. Nightbot is just a Karen. Truly, with the haircut to match. You can't fool us, woman. I would really like to meet our stalker outside of his bedroom. But, you know, you win some, you lose some. Maybe we could at least wait until he gets up. What do you think? What time does Sebastian leave his bed? Here, let's upset the rest of the town. Robin, go fuck yourself. This is terrible, I know. Reminded me of you, because you're terrible. Demetrius, here's some glasses. This is disgusting. Well, shut up. I don't have anything bad to sell. Bot saying things and chat saying things are technically different. Yeah, I can get away with multiple. Well, I also don't get auto-modded. I don't even auto-mod myself. Did you just tell my lesbian carpenter wife to go fuck herself? Yeah? I'm pissing off the whole town. This is a Dark Urge playthrough in Stardew Valley 3. I wear glasses, Demetrius. Yeah! Wait, what? This is disgusting. Oh my god, why are you giving me glasses? This is awful. No good. You want an invite? Okay. We'll be mean to everybody but Linus. Linus, here, have this daffodil. That's a good find. I'm always happy when eating wild food. Okay, then take my leek too. We'll have like one friend. Everybody else will be enemies. What's next? Siding with Joja? You want to do a Joja run? For this? I mean, I haven't even been farming. I don't think I can yet because the community center needs to open up first. But wouldn't that be funny? Okay, let's go and see if Sebastian has awakened. At least he's out of his bed. We could Joja and romance Morris. Don't you bring that in here. Oh, good. He's at his computer. Hi, good morning. Are you friends with Sam, too? I saw you talking to him. Oh. Maybe. He'd better keep his hands off! Oh my god! So, like, are you gonna be murdering townspeople? How is this gonna work? Here. I really love this. How did you know? Because I watch you sleep, so... I don't know how many I need to give. Okay, so it's just 2. I want to go find Sam now. Sam. So, he... Oh. Is this a normal cutscene or an unnormal cutscene? Hello, Sloot. Hello, Sebastian. What you up to? What, you haven't seen my motorcycle before? I guess I haven't shown it to you. Is this normal? You dirty Sloot. Thanks. Until it's just the 2 of you left. Sometimes after sundown, I make the long ride out of Stardew Valley. Is normal? Okay, then I'm gonna just skip it. I only want the feral. Okay? I only want the feral. So, I don't know what Sam's usually up to, but he might be home. Hold on, wait. Am I confusing the people? I must be, right? Okay, hold on a second. Alex is the blonde one. Jody's house. Okay, so that... Alex is the other guy. Okay. Yeah, I got you. Yeah. Not you getting run over. It's fine. Hi. Hey, I'm Sam. Good to meet you. Nice to meet you, too. Sam's trying to do a kickflip. Oh. I thought there might have been an interaction with him. But maybe it's because I didn't meet everybody yet? So, why don't we meet everyone? Did I technically meet Gus because I bought from him? I don't think so. Do a kickflip. He can't. He was practicing. Well, hello there. Sam and Sebastian will both be at the bar on Friday. Ooh, okay. Then let's wait because I want to meet more people anyway. And we can do like a nice big round of them. You know what I'm saying? We'll stay on Friday for right now. Right. Like the anime hair. Okay. Which, by the way, when he wears his winter hat, oh my God. I get it. I get it. Hi, Harvey. Hi, Miss Sloot. Oh my God, I'm so happy we named us that. Golden, thank you so much for all the clips. You are an icon. I'm gonna laugh my butt off. We're gonna have to go and meet Marnie too. Emily is home. Haley isn't, so she's probably in the woods. Right? On a Friday, maybe? She might be taking some photos. Hi, Dragon! How you doing, darling? A legend, a scholar, a liege. This is huge behavior. Maybe we'll check out the museum for Penny and the others. Huh. Haley isn't over here. Haley, where you at, girl? What you doing? Where you at? You got plans? Don't say that. We'll try this. Yeah. A fountain. Okay. Nobody's in here anyway. Oh, we got Maru over here. I'll grab her. Hi. We're gonna be sisters-in-law soon. What's Mayor Lulu doing over here? I'm sorry, Hobag? Wait, what did you just say? Oh, that's right. That's the name of my farm. Oh my God, I forgot that. I was like, what the fuck did you just say to me, old man? I thought he called me a Hobag, but he was calling my farm Hobag because that's the name of my goddamn farm. Oh my God. Hi. Yeah. Did you say scissor? I said sister. Sister-in-law. Goodness. Oh, crap. You know what? Actually, let me go, unfortunately, and see Clunt before he ends work for the day since he ends at 4 o'clock. I gotta go see Marnie, too. If she's even working. What up? Oh, I already met Robin. I forgot. Hey, Demetrius. Greetings. I love how I gifted them things first, and that doesn't actually register. So, that's good. Oh my God. Can you... This won't do. Marnie! Hi. Mayor Lewis told me you just arrived. Did he? Yo-ho bag, wait. Hi, this girl I do. Exclamation point SDV mods. I'll put it right in the chat for you right there. Thanks, Faye. So I don't have most of my mods in today because we're just doing the Stalker Sebastian mod, but that is on my list, as is all of my recolors and my usual mods. I hope you're having a great day. Welcome on in. I named my farm. What? Marnie, Pierre, and Clint are on a very specific list of yours. Is it a shit list? Hi, Jazz. Hi, Penny. Okay. Other people should now be at the bar, right? Presumably. Jillian, hi! How are you doing, honey? Hope you're having a great day. Oh, that's right. I didn't meet Pam. I didn't meet Leah. Yeah. I want to see what other people are going to be coming in and see if that has an effect on Sebastian. Okay, so Sebastian's over here right now. So wait. I'm not very good. Okay. And if I talk to Sebastian, should I let Sam win for once? Nah. All right, that's it. Okay. So, nothing else kind of weird. Oh, did I meet Shane yet? Don't you have work to do? Shut up, man. Get out of my way. How goddamn dare you? Have I met everyone? Nope. I need Jody and Elliot. And... Jody doesn't come to the bar, right? Elliot does. He'll be making his way up. Leah's so cute, but she hides in her home half the time. You need a list. Can I... Elliot, you think I could break into his home too? I feel like Elliot's room doesn't always open up for me. See? It didn't work. Elliot! I guess we'll wait until the next day. Okay, let's go home. Let's start our next day. Let's see if anything happens to us from Sebastian. Oh, that's wonderful. I hope you are too. We've been doing good here, babe. We've been doing very good here. Having a very nice beginning of May. An activity or event, skateboarding, rain, pool, overrides the mod dialogue. You think so? It seems like it then. Okay. We'll know that going forward then. Oh, that's... Wait. It didn't rain yesterday, did it? Okay. That... Why? Hold on a second. It rained on Wednesday. It has not rained since then. I've not been filling up my pet's water bowl because I don't have a pet. Has it been filled since Wednesday, you think? Or is that the Sebastian mod? Did he come by while I was sleeping and fill up my non-existent pet's water bowl? Could be a CJB cheat setting. It could be. No. Unless it's in a different section, it is not me. Maybe, Grace. That's what I was thinking. You could be onto something here. You very well could be onto something. Why am I going in town? I mean, I guess I could stay here, but... want to see if we've got any spring onions. I didn't even check on my poor chickens. Yeah, it rained on Wednesday in the game. We're on Saturday right now. So I assume because we don't have a pet, it just stayed full. Which, like, that's fine. I just want to know if Sebastian's just, like, running over in the middle of the night with a watering can. Like, the soft slumber of sleep. And then he realizes, oh, let me just fill this up while you're softly slumbering. Because if that was a component of the mod, I would laugh so hard. Oh my god, Mia, it took me so long to set up mods. Once you know how to do it, it's very easy. And there are a lot of guides online. I haven't, unfortunately, had the time to make a how-to to install Stardew mods. I'm not sure if I'm going to have the time. I asked chat if they would be interested. I was like, that's awesome, because I want to make one. But then I've literally had no time. But there are other guides that are out there on YouTube. There are ways to install them. Like, if you go right now on my Stardew Valley mod list, I'm so sorry. I swear to God, I'm not picking my nose. There's a hair that's on my nose from Charlotte that is driving me nuts right now. Like, tickling me. Can't get it. At the top, I have a how-to guide that I didn't make, but that I got from other people. Oh my god, he's out of his house. Hi. Good morning. So I picked up spring onion at the store last night. My mom wanted something good for dinner. Okay. Oh. Sebastian is staring at you. The expression he's making makes you feel slightly uncomfortable. Well, he's got his sights on me. That's good. That's great. Here, would you like a frozen tear? Maybe I don't want to be on his radar. Did we ever think of that, friends? Did we? Sir, it's 9 a.m. Okay, good night, everyone. Prudence, how's it going today? Who the hell is Gina? Oh, wrong chat. Okay, well, it's raining today, so hopefully that's not going to screw up our plans. We'll see how it goes. Who else could we piss off before we see Sebastian today? I want negative hearts. Why can't we have negative hearts with people? I want to be hated. Fear me, townspeople. Oh. Oh, I got a bone. Boner jams. Guess I could bring this over to the museum, but not open yet. Yeah. Is there an evil mod for Stardew? Genuinely, is there? Where we could have negative hearts? I don't know if I mentioned to y'all, but they started some minor construction work on our street. They're prepping for the major construction work. And I just heard, I think, like a really large truck go by. They put up our new telephone poles, but they haven't powered off anything yet. So I think that will be coming soon. But I just heard a truck, and I thought that they had pulled up and they were doing more work today. I was like this close to peeking out the window, but they left. I heard them zoom off. Oh, I got a seed. Look at my seed. Yeah, why do I have to fix the economy? I just want to be a menace. You and me both. I'm not doing stuff for you. I'll do one frozen tear here. Yeah, give me your money. Give me your money since I'm doing all the work for you. I married Emily. Now TikTok has me convinced I have to romance Haley. Have you been seeing a lot of Haley stuff? Because I have been too. I've been seeing a lot of Haley cosplays. And I love it. We started to romance Haley on my solo run, but then I got the BG3 mods. Listen, I have the Poly mod, though, so we still can romance Haley. I think I just want to do the BG3 folks first, and then we'll add Haley to the harem. TikTok loves Haley. I'm glad that Haley's seeing her day. I really am. Haley deserves this. I always used to see immense love for Harvey. That's why when y'all are like, oh, I always date Sebastian, I'm like, really? Not that I didn't not like Sebastian, but I always thought the most loved person was Harvey. Haley is for the girlies. You're so right. She really is. She pulls me back in. She's a little mean to me, but very pretty, yeah. And she's easy to date, too, because of all the flowers. Good morning! Sloot, something amazing happened last night. Okay. You gonna tell me what it is? I dreamed about you. It was pretty cool. In it, I was chasing you for some reason. I cannot say what I want to say right now. But my dark romance girlies know there's a phrase that is on the tip of my tongue. Run. If I catch you, Anyway. Incredible! Wow! I didn't know that. That's a nice dream. Here. New achievement, a new friend. You're so welcome. Okay, we're at 5 hearts now. Gotta go. Say it. No! I started to say it, and then that's it. Goodbye. Goodbye. Okay, good. Not just me. Wait, what? Oh, that you still hate her? That's so fair, though. Because she's got a nice character arc. But also, if you're not spending a lot of time with her, you probably won't see it. Poppy, right, exactly. And I think that's why a lot of people, like, would always stay away from her. Like, you know, mean girl, right? I knew Violet would love this. Jen, thanks again for recommending it. No, not that one, Yuki. Not that one. Close. I think that's the one. I think I put down the beginning of each word correctly. Hat Mouse, my son. Should we go visit the Hat Mouse? I have some money. I could get a hat. Hat Mouse. Hat. Hat. Hello. Butterfly! I think this is a good use of my money, personally. I'm so pretty! I'm gonna go back to the farm, because I want to empty out my inventory that I don't need. I'm also gonna put my bamboo pole away. I want to just be swinging that thing around. That's the one, Yuki. Yeah. Hi, Robo. This is a mod. Yes, I promise if you romance Sebastian otherwise in the game, you will not have these interactions. How you doing? I was confused. Why didn't he stalk me? Oh, you wanted him to. Okay. Okay, Pokey. My fiance and I say that to each other randomly, and it's one of my favorite inside jokes. It's so cute. Yeah, Cat. Well, I haven't fully played through it. I've only seen a little bit of it. But I've also heard that it's really good. Store up to 5 hearts with Sebastian. Oh, a smallmouth bass. Say less. Can I run down to Willy and just straight up sell this? Golden, thanks for naming that one Run. I'm definitely going to be repurposing these clips for TikTok for sure. Oh, Dan came back. I think it was yesterday. Dan's got our Baldur's Gate 3 surprise mods clip. Y'all, you were gonna scream. It's so good. I might post that one tonight or tomorrow. Break up our Stardew clips a little bit. I might honestly ping you when I upload it because I don't know how the TikTok algorithm is gonna receive it since we've been doing a lot of Stardew. So I might ping you in the Discord if you've got the TikTok roll up and be like, hey, if you want to give this some extra love, I would appreciate it, just so it can get sent out to everybody. Yeah, I don't want it to happen, but also, why didn't he pick me? Everybody wants a little stalking now and then from Sebastian. In the comfort of their own Stardew Valley game. It's safe. We don't know what to expect, but it's safe and our pixels are safe. Hey, why are you talking to me? Here, shut up and have this bass. I don't really like this. Well, that's too damn bad. I'll throw you in the ocean. Bye! Hi, Gisela! How are you doing, darling? Hello. Gus, take my clam. No. All right. That's fine. Please never bring this to me again. Pissing off the town, one gift at a time. Yeah, he doesn't like it? Good. I really gotta stop just barging into Sebastian's room while he's sleeping. Good morning! Salute. Has anyone been bothering you recently? You can always tell me. I know how that feels. Oh. Okay. No. But thank you for wanting to protect me. That's really nice of you. Maybe I should go and check around before we go back to bed. Just like a second. Maybe I should check in with Alex and Sam. Okay, I guess not. I just wanted to see. Are you weightlifting? No, he's not in there. Oh, because he's outside. I'm going in the wrong house again. Being a menace is delightful. Gus, take my clam. He said no to me. He said no, 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 no. The disrespect. I'm bothering him right now. I would just simply like to meet him outside of his bedroom, but I have not made that easy on myself. I'll do Alex, open that up, and then Sam. So this should work if it's a room. Hello! Hey, farmer. Hi. No interactions. Okay. I thought there might have been, honestly. I can neither confirm nor deny these accusations, but I really thought there might have been interactions. You got off a very exhausting Zoom meeting. It's nap time. Let's go. Get your rest and relaxation on. Was it one of those types of meetings that could have just been an email? Because I'll tell you, half the time, every meeting that I've ever had could have been an email. And every email I've ever gotten could have been a meeting. Disastrous. I think it's time for a stretch break. I've been going way too long today. Wow. Woo! Okay. Exclamation point. Check-in in chat. From one salute to another. Do you need water? Do you need food? Do you have to pee? Do you need medicine? Go take care of yourself right now while I go and take myself for a walk around the house. Getting a little warmer in here. It's 68. It should still be okay to keep the air condition off. We'll see. No, you. Okay, for our BRP question, if you are so inclined, we talked the other day about the animal names that you've had. Tell me your farm names. So obviously chat voted for this to be Hobag Farm. What's your current farm name? Is it cute? Is it a joke? Is it slutty? I would love to know your Stardew Valley farm names, any of them. Share them in chat with each other, and we'll be back in a few minutes, all right? Bye! just naked? I'm sorry? What happened? I go away for 5 minutes? And what? Cat goes feral. Your soggy shoes are getting very cold. Is it raining there? What's happening? 1.6 update farm. What is your current farm name? You don't have one. Herb Garden Farm. I love that. Stargell. Agave Meadow Farm. Oh my god, I love that. Oh, cool, Cat. I love that. Like from Practical Magic, Stars Hollow, Gilmore Girls. Weed Eden after your uncle's farm. That's wonderful. 100 Acre Woods Farm because of Winnie. Yeah. Oh, Lulu, go work out. Do it. Silver. Oh, that's what you were responding with. You got this. Vitray Farm. Pretty. Secret Farm, Evil Farm, and Silent Hill Farm. I love it. I love it. You're a throat goat. You know what? I regret saying that. Welcome back to the channel. Hi, Vale. We're doing lovely. We have been stalking with Sebastian today, and it's been wonderful so far. It has been wonderful. The 999 Stacks Farm. Are you working on that right now? Somebody else in chat, I think, was doing that too. I started one that is a flower farm, and all the challenge is basically you can only make money with flowers and honey. And I only played on that for like 2 hours. I'll go back to it at some point. You know what I reinstalled today? You know what I played for a little bit today? Y'all are never gonna believe this. Because I was like, I'm not going back. They can't make me. Dreamlight Valley. I watched Toph play it this morning, and I was like, let me go. I got some quests done. I did a little bit while I was eating breakfast. And yeah. Hi, Kim! How are you doing? Good to see you! Thank you for the lurk and work. Hope you're having the best day. Why did I go down here? Why did I go this way? I didn't even clear this out. No, not Fortnite, but I'm sure I'll be back at some point. I spend so much money on skins that I want to go back. Yeah, I just got too overwhelmed with the update. Like when the DLC came out. I really haven't played much of the DLC. I was doing my regular... Excuse me, I was doing my regular Valley quests today. And friendship quests. And, I played a little bit of that chess game. Because Donald wanted to challenge me, and I was like, all right. Shut the quack up. And, I lost, but... That's neither here nor there. Right? Because Toph makes everything look really pretty. And then Toph also explains things to you, so I think that helps a lot. So I think Toph is going to get all of us to play again. I didn't say I would never play again, but I just wasn't feeling it. Because I got so far behind. Oh, good. So the community center's open now. I got so far behind that I just was so overwhelmed, and I just didn't want to play it, I guess. But the duck up was right there, Violet. It was. I'm really sorry I let you down. Don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me, okay? Cam, I hope you're having the best day, though. When Jack came in? Yeah, my farm, I must have played back in winter at some point. Because my farm, my valley, has Christmas stuff up. I have Christmas trees and presents all around. And my outfit was a Christmas outfit. Normal cutscene? Or not normal? Hey, Salute. Hi, Sebastian. Sam and I were about to play Solarian Chronicles, the game. Why don't you join us? It's better with 3 players anyway. Is this how a porno would start? It's normal? Then I'm skipping. I only want the abnormal. Oh, the door is already open. Did Sebastian leave this door open for me? Imagine if Sam was as reserved as I am. We'd hang out and never say a word. Okay. That's it? That's all you got for me? Wake up! Take this frozen tear. That wasn't even a good one today. You disappoint me, sir. Hi, Mazzucchini. Oh, was it cute? It's a D&D session. Is it? No! Oh, I missed it. That's okay. Listen, we'll add regular Sebastian to our harem and our solo farm, so I'll see it again. Little campers listen to so much T-Swift on my Spotify account, I just got invited to purchase a special edition hoodie. You get it for like a discount? I didn't even get to choose our animal. What's our cat's name gonna be? Give me a slutty name for our cat. $80? She out of her damn mind. Hi, Deloria. Can't talk when your mouth is full, Sebastian. Oh my god. How are you doing? Fine, I'll go cry over here. Pussycat. Pussy. Faye's rendition is better. I'll do Pussy. Welcome to the Hobag Farm, Pussy. Well, little Pussy. You be a good kitty now. Stop it. Oh my god. All right. Y'all got it. Unbelievable. Well, at least little Pussy's water bowl is all set. Where is little Pussy right now? Come here. There's a lot of jokes I could make that I need to not make at this current moment in time. Hi, Hanseliz! I'm doing lovely. How are you doing? Good to see you. Okay, now do I need to go back to the community center to keep this pony show going? No, sir, I do not. God, y'all are making me want to do a JoJo run for this. Because, like, we're not going to be here doing much stuff anyway. Oh, I could just sell things and get money. You're trying to contain myself. Is it the same one that I'm thinking of? You know, every day I'm going to have to go and pet my cat. Hi, Andrea! Welcome! I'm so sorry if y'all are out there in Lurkland right now that everything you've had to witness through your ear holes or your eye holes, it's probably just been a lot. Join me in Feral Town. Terrible? Yeah! I honestly thought with the Tortured Poets department, we would be seeing a lot of, like, cardigans and prep wear. And I know, I didn't really look too much, but I know she came out with, like, a cardigan. But it's just so boring. Not enough for me to want to purchase something. I'll be honest with y'all. I don't really purchase merch from artists unless I'm specifically going to a concert. If I'm going to a concert, I get a t-shirt because it's the cheapest, and I want a memory from the concert. But I'm not the type of person to just, like, buy something. Right? Like, Tortured Poets department. You're telling me you're not coming out with, like, a calligraphy set? Notebooks? Bookmarks? You're missing out. You could have made so much money. About writing? A beret? Like, school type of bag? Like, I'm trying to think of the type of bag I'm thinking of right now. It could have been a bunch of different colors or, like, brown. Like a satchel bag that has belt buckles on it. You know what I'm saying? It's like a 50s, 60s type of school bag. Not a canvas bag. Yeah, like a satchel. I would have bought that so fast. Yeah, this is pretty much two-way stalking now. Because he hasn't shown up at my house yet. I don't know if he's going to, but I imagine that one night we were actually going to see him sleeping. I mean, have him watching us sleep. Hello! You and Sam are probably my only friends in this town. Oh. That's sad. We haven't gotten any other good stuff. I'm really upset. You're not even trying at this point to stalk me. All right, well, our hearts are full now. So let's go to bed. And then for the next day, I'm going to wait until he's up. I want to see, get out of my way. I want to see if maybe some other interaction will happen when he's not sleeping. Very much an amateur. It would be like 180 bucks. True. No way it would be under 100. Salute, please. Yeah, I'll grab your axe. I might as well. I'm gonna be down there anyway. Oh my god, really? Wow. I bet, Deloria. 100%. Isolate himself, therefore devote more time and attention to his favorite salute? I hope so. He's not impressing me so far. Watching me sleep. That was good. Saying that he was looking intently at me, that was good. Maybe he needs to be, you know, up and about for all these other interactions to happen. The lowest effort for the best profit. I bought a ring from her merch site a while back, and oh, it snapped? God, so it wasn't even like sterling silver? Oh, I didn't grab the axe. Right? That's what Beer Witch said. Beer Witch was like, I don't know about this. If you want to play coy and you don't want him to stalk you, maybe stop visiting him and breaking into his room. And that was a fair assessment. I haven't listened to it, but it's a fair assessment. You make some great points. I'm going to dismiss them because they weren't my ideas to begin with. Hansless, it's this one. It's SDV mods. SDV mods. Stardew Valley mods. I got you. Sounds like you're a stalker. Well, if the shoe fits, and it does, then yes. Stalker Sebastian or Stalker Salute? You can't read today. You're so fine. I'm still waking up. I'm not even here. I am. Physically. Mentally, well, we had a long night on Tuesday. We had a full 6-hour stream. And then we were watching Twitch Rivals in the Discord for almost 5 hours. Hey, stop that. Yuck. You fucking yuck. Here, come here. Here, take this. Good. I don't like you. So, yeah. Yeah, take all that. Yeah, smarmy. Oh, did you recently wake up? Oh, okay. We slept in today. We didn't wake up till 9:15. We forgot to set our alarms last night. Hi, Lilac. Thank you for the lurk. I need to return Robin's axe first. You're so welcome. Okay. So maybe, like, I should pretend I don't see him for a few hours, right? Let's do some other things. Let's go to Pierre's and sell some stuff. I want him to be up and out of bed before anything else happens. And you know what? I'm going to do something terrible. Nobody get mad at me. I think I'm going to do a JoJo run. Why not? If we're being evil, I would like to become a JoJo member. Yep. Oh, I don't have enough money. Okay, well, I'll get some money. Please hold. I think Pierre takes these, right? If not, then I'll just sell some wine. 10? He sleeps in too. Oh, he doesn't take these. God damn it. I'm gonna get so much money right now. Who wants to be a millionaire? I now have $1.6 million. So let's JoJo route it up. Cheeky. Yeah, I can give you money. I don't know. I've never tried, like, getting straight up money. I've only done, like, getting items and then selling that for money. Okay. right, bye. That was awesome. Listen, CJB is really nice. I wouldn't recommend it if you want a good playthrough, but there are some things that you can do with this that I'll do even in a normal playthrough, meaning if I want to decorate my farm, I don't use my regular resources. I'll go in here and I will get my decorations. I'll get fence items. I will get pathway items. I'll get, you know, flower bins and the like. I like that. I like that a lot. Or if we're doing something like this, where we need somebody's favorite item, it's nice to have and play the way that you want to play. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Are we supporting Joja? Scattered, look away, baby! You thought you knew me? Just in this playthrough, okay? This is our hoe bag farm for Stalker Sebastian. We can't do the bundles right away right now. We have to wait for the community center to get turned into the warehouse, right? Or how does that work? I think we have to at least wait one day because I've only done one Joja run to get the achievement, and then I never did it again until today, so. Oh, good, you're awake. Good morning. Could you picture me living on a farm? My farm? It seems ridiculous, but I've been thinking about it lately. Oh. Okay. Now, can I not unlock the other hearts? Do I need to get a bouquet first? Is that how this works? I think I asked y'all this the other day. I think I need to buy a bouquet. I'm pretty sure he's gonna move into my farm without me knowing. Okay, let's go back. I'll give him this. Like, oh my god. You're so nice to me. Have a bouquet. Let's start dating. That's not even the Stalker mod? Are you kidding me? That's like a regular thing? You want me to be your boyfriend? Of course I'll accept, salute! I love you so much. I knew you felt the same. Now you're all mine! Oh no! We fell right into his trap. Well, I'll never let you go. Oh my god! Dun 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 dun. Banner. Law and Order music plays. Ah! Run! This was a terrible idea. Okay. Well, we can extend a heart with him, so I might as well. Let's go back down. Oh no. Oh no. Right? Yeah. Okay. Let's go home and think about the choices that we've made that got us to this moment. Oh. Oh, I don't know. Yeah. All right. Set up the cave. I don't care. Let's do bats. Handcuff self. Oh no, I'm trapped. Please. Happen, are you happy? Oh no, worst case scenario. How awful. Whatever would I do if Sebastian kidnapped us? Awful. Very, very bad. Very bad. Oh, thanks, Dad. Dear salute. Thanks, Dad. What? Dad, how many letters you writing me? How many letters you writing me? Jesus. Oh my god. I'm glad they're addressing me by my government name. Oh, tomorrow's the Egg Festival. I wonder if Sebastian does anything different with the Egg Festival. Dear salute, my lovely daughter. Well, maybe the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. What would I do? Only one way to find out. Me too! If y'all see Sebastian lurking around and I'm not noticing him, because I don't even know if that's part of the mod, okay? I don't know. If you see Sebastian, keep your eyes out, okay? I really would have thought that he would have shown up at our house at some point, but maybe the mod doesn't work that way. I thought we might have had different cutscenes, but maybe the mod doesn't work that way. I don't know. I could be missing stuff. You beat Abigail up, so you win. I want to see if at the Egg Festival, before we do the egg hunt, if there's going to be any interactions with the town folks there. Because that's our first festival. So I kind of went into this not knowing because I wanted to be genuinely surprised outside of, hey, does the mod work? So that's why I did only like 20 minutes of game time last night just to test it out. Okay, he's watching me sleep. That's clearly the mod. So, I'm leaving now. You might need to have your house upgraded so that Sebi has a room. You're right. Okay. Because I'm not married to him yet, right? So, let me do that today. Robin's gonna tell me what I need to upgrade it, right? And Joja should already be ready today too, but it's not time. Maybe he'll move into the fruit bat cave, please. Yeah, because I feel like things will change once we're married, so I don't want to propose to him yet. I want him to be as feral as possible for us. I'm assuming that most people would be playing the game correctly, and maybe over time, he is a lot better with the things that he does and he says. So we might keep that in mind. All right, so I need 450 pieces of wood. Yes, please. Okay. Wait, does that mean that she's gonna miss the egg hunt? I hope not. That'd be awkward if so. I will go to Pierre's. Surprised you aren't teleporting. Well, I have time to kill in the morning time, so I really haven't been teleporting too much. Only for certain things. I know, I'm such a teleporting hoe bag. Now you got me thinking about the fruit bat cave, but didn't we just set that up? Like, Demetrius just came over today, right? I don't have the stuff with me, and I'm lazy to go back. Wait a minute. Oh no, how did this get in? Oh god. Oh, it's terrible. Oh my god, awful. Oh, what happened to us as a society? No, I think my chickens are dying. We haven't fed them in a few days. We will. We will. I promise we will. Spawn bombs. You know what? That's not a bad idea. That's actually not a bad idea. I might do that. I might honestly do that. I mean, honestly, at this point, I don't even need this stuff. Okay. Chickums! Ah, chickums! Oh, God! They've pooped out so much. Okay, this is what we're gonna do, because I still feel kind of bad about, you know, my poor baby chickums. And, I would like them, you know, to not die, probably. That would be very nice, I think, on my behalf, to not have them perish. So, we'll put some stuff away. I guess I'll just keep the eggs from now. They pooped out so many eggs. Spawn bombs, make yourself invisible. Invincible? I almost said invisible. You make yourself invisible. Oh my god, yeah, Grace. It really is great. It's nice. It's one of the advantages of doing that on PC. I don't know why I warped there. Sorry, I meant to click Robin's. No, they can't die, but your hearts won't increase with them. And then they won't give you items if they're not eating, you know? Yes, correct. So, easily, you bring up a great point. Chat, do you know that in Stardew Crowd Control you can spawn bombs? great thing to say because during our PP party, huge celebration tomorrow. Not only are we doing giveaways, not only doing marbles on stream with the community, we're doing Stardew Valley crowd control tomorrow. So good luck to all of us. We'll do a brand new farm tomorrow, play it the normal way, and you will be able to really reign chaotically on the farm. Wow, so interesting. Important fun for chat. I heard that, Moon Witch, but apparently it's only for the Woodlands farm? The Wildlands farm? It's only one farm type, and it's, like, really rare. Oh, Grace, you're so right, because I kept that open. Oh my god, right. Elu, hi! I'm doing lovely. How are you, sweetheart? Hey, you look great. Hey, thanks. I've been thinking about you all day. Oh. Okay. That was nice of you. Thanks. Let's just max out the hearts now. Okay, best friends. Good. Fantastic. Okay, bye! I still can't believe you didn't come to my house. Honestly, I really would have assumed. But you know what happens when you assume? You make an ass out of you and me. Best friends, sure. Right. Oh, no worries, Jen. I'll keep up the VOD. And I'll put it on YouTube as well. My hoe proficiency went up on Hoe Bag Farm. Please start a new farm with CCSL where Mika, I think, didn't. Oh, yes. I'm not doing my 1.6 save. After what happened with our supermarket sim, I will be doing a new farm. But I'm going to keep all my mods in there. I'm going to put all my mods in. I don't think it will fuck things up, but I'll keep it in there. And if anything does get fucked up, we'll fix it. How's that going? Oh, did I tell you that I restarted it because it took me 10 in-game days and I only sold like maybe 18 loaves of bread? So I had to restart. Y'all are like, yeah, it's gonna take you a really long time. I was like, listen, if I kept this, it would have taken me 2 IRL months to get rid of all that bread. We were the bread store. Oh god, the mermaid's pendant. We're not getting married yet. Calm yourself. Mia! Oh my god, thank you for that brand new tier 1 sub. Welcome on in, friend. Can we get some love and hype in the chat? Welcome on into the channel. Enjoy your emotes, your ad-free viewing, and thank you so much for your support. Mia, let me come over here for you, darling. We've been doing emote voting to celebrate and commemorate our plus push that we achieved 70-30 split on Twitch. You've got 5 votes thanks to that brand new sub. Let me know if you want to put them in clip, smash, or hamster. You can just type in your vote in chat, okay? Thank you so much! Yay! Do best friends watch each other sleep? I think I'm doing it wrong. I mean, I've only watched Faye about like 7 times. I feel like that's rookie numbers though. Hamster? All right. Hamster. Nope, I did that wrong. That was 209. That needs to be 216. Wait, did I do that? 209, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. No, I was right. 14. Oh my god. Math gaze, help me. She suffers. And today is supposed to be the egg festival, right? Sure. We just have some time to kill. 214. Okay, good. Thanks, Mia. You set the prices for things in crowd control. So, yes and no, you can. I leave them at whatever their base numbers are because I trust crowd control to have done like the math on it. And for us, it doesn't really matter too much because I pay for pro. So you get to use your channel points on there to do it. And I know some people will still use like bits or their own money, but I do it specifically so that everybody could do it for free if they wanted to. I give you the maximum amount of channel points that I can. So I changed that part of it, but in terms of the prices for everything else, it's just whatever crowd control sets it to. So I don't know if that cleared things up for you or if it made things more confusing half size, but let me know. So TLDR, you can. So I'm assuming that they just ended up setting it higher than I have, but I set it at whatever the base is for crowd control. Oh, Mia, thank you. That's so kind of you. Thank you, thank you. Seriously, to our old and new friends in here, I really appreciate that. Thank you. I hope y'all know that, like, this is obviously my job, but I love my job. I love my job. Every day that I get to do this, whether it's for the next 5 years, next 15 years, the next 5 months, however, I'm really grateful for all of you. Thank you for making it possible. Hey! All right, let's see if anybody has weird interactions. You just come for the deviled eggs. I mean, same. All right, nothing so far. You're a strange thing. We didn't really technically meet Marlin. Nobody's saying anything weird yet. Does Sebastian do the egg hunt? Oh, I finally met everybody. I guess that's good. Thanks, pals. You never use crowd control yourself? Gotcha. It's nice, because there are a lot of things you can customize on it, for sure. My nose, allergies, okay. Hi. Oh, okay. So yeah, everything has been the same so far here. Okay. Let's do it. I'm not even gonna really try for this. But we'll try. We'll try, but we won't try. You're a bit peckish here. I hope you like some lentils. Let's go! Get out of my way. Move, I'm gay. I'm trying to remember the route that Doc told me to take the last time, but I think I'm doing pretty well so far. Oh shit, there was one in there. Oh god, there's one over there too. I'm screwing up! I only have 5 eggs! Everyone shut up. Shut your mouth! I must have missed multiple. There's one over here. Well, it was going well. I got 6. How many did I need to beat her? 10? Crush the children! I missed so many. Oh no, don't tell me I'm like just barely! I needed like 2 or 3 more. Oh, awful, terrible. Oh my god, it's so warm. All right, here's your prize, Abigail. Your prize is gonna be on your doorstep later. It's gonna be a flaming bag of poo. Brought to you by me and Sebastian. I like that I reopened stream from Jambo's. Do you giving me the finger? It was because Abigail won the egg hunt. It's not towards you, I promise. You ran past at least 2. There was one in the cemetery I know I ran past. For sure. I counted 3. Shut up. Restart the day. No, it's already night. Okay, it's getting warm in here. Give me a second. I gotta turn on the air condition. Can y'all hear that? Oh, it is getting picked up by my mic now. Can you hear the low hum of the air condition? Can you let me know? You can't? Really? If you have headphones on, you might be able to. Sorry, it made a real weird noise. No? Abigail, that she didn't pick up? Why didn't she? You don't hear, but you're using speakers. Is that the fire in Stardew? What fire? What are you talking about? Give someone a gift. I would love to. Just rain. Okay, good. Fantastic. Because I definitely reset my my mic settings between last year and this year when we redid the stream room. That was in what, August or September? So I didn't really test it with the air condition on, and I was like, oh my god, is it gonna be loud now? I don't think they actually pick up the eggs. Oh, really? Oh, this whole time I thought I had, well, I guess you still need to get there and pick up the eggs yourself, but I thought they were just grabbing them from out under my nose. Hi, Belle! How are you doing? Oh, the rain in Stardew. Oh, okay. Good. Then I won't suffer. Hi, Belle! We're having a good time. We're using a brand new mod. Stalker Sebastian. While I've been on this Stardew kick, I kind of want to showcase some mods we wouldn't otherwise use in some of our games. I found one the other day that y'all are going to either flip over or you think it's going to be a headache and a half. Basically, all of the entrances to different shops and buildings in the game are not going to give you the correct location. So I could go in here. Instead of this being the Joja warehouse, it might be the fruit bat cave. If I go into Robin's, I might be in Pierre's. I might just land on Ginger Island. It looks so dope. Yeah, the randomizer one. Yeah. It was suggested to me on YouTube. Somebody did a video about it, I guess, a year or two ago. They don't pick up the eggs. Okay. She'll still win if you don't get enough. That little bitch. Oh, Belle, what's the tattoo of? That's awesome. I hope you had a lovely time. That's so cool. Right? I think I would also get driven insane. Are you waking up? It's Sunday. Wake up. Hello. Hey, so I picked up ancient fruit wine at the store last night. My mom wanted something good for dinner. What about me? If you're lucky, you might see a frog in this weather. It's not very stalker of you. I don't think that the mod works on the rainy days. I'm convinced it doesn't. Marnie still won't be at work for her shop. When does she work? I'm about to be lucky if I see his Jen. Get out of my way. You know what? If this is going to take 3 days, let's sleep through the next 3 days. Whenever our house is built. Oh, never me mind. We moved on up to the big house. Look at my pussy, who's got all the room now. No, but really, that's my cat's name. Pussy, if you're just joining us. Anyway, bye. The time he stared at you and made you uncomfortable. You're right. I think I have to do more interactions with him throughout the day. Oh, it's still raining, though. I'm going to move to the next day. I don't want it to be raining out. I do truly think that has to contribute to stuff. I'm leaving. No, we're not going to talk about edible panty and, no. More outside his house? Yeah. I'm gonna try something. We're gonna try something. Now this may not work. I just changed the time to 4 p.m. So it says 4 p.m. So all the townspeople are gonna go to where they would normally be at 4 p.m., but it's gonna take them some time. So I'm gonna see if anything's gonna be happening up by Sebastian's, okay? Yep, they're getting in the way of each other. Maru's late for work. Sebastian's out of his room. Where he going? What he doing? He going this way. He's out. Hey, I'm gonna kill all of them. Damn it. Oh, God, what? What? Oh, hey, Sloot. What's up? I was just trying to beat a level in this game I'm playing. Murder alert! Oh. Well, that worked a little bit too well for us now, didn't it? He went to the kitchen, and then he left. 7 p.m.? 7 p.m.? Okay. I'll stay on the farm. Here, let's make sure that it actually works and he shows up correctly, so I don't want to play with the time again. We'll go back to the farm. And y'all told me to clean up our farm, so I'll listen to you. La, 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 la. Oh, wait, I gotta become invincible. I'm so sorry. Please hold. La, la, la. La, 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 la. Destruction. Do, do, do. He's gonna be like, what the hell is wrong with you? I'm stalking you, but like, this is too much. In a video game, are we sure? I still want to do this lower area too, I think. Yeah. Ladies and gents, she's feral. I was literally still just expecting him to just be there. God, I really thought he would pop up someplace. I don't know why I'm so disappointed by that. You know? Like if he was just popping up behind here, or like a little head would pop up behind the house. Anybody? Anyone? Bueller? Maybe not. I wanted Joe Goldberg levels of stalking. The girl you're stalking is feral. Can you get some of these bombs? I mean, you probably could. Let me go and see my babies. I haven't checked in on them in a few days. Hello! Oh, you're not even out here. I just pet the wood. Hello, babies! Oh, y'all are trying to sleep. Sorry. Sorry. I really thought he'd just be hiding everywhere, right? Me too. But apparently not. Oh, I missed an egg. Did you just lay that? I grabbed that from right underneath you. Sorry about that. Which one is stalking the other? That is a great question. I have no answers for you. There is. Yep, there's one. We saw that we had the one where Pam will pop up out of the... It's really a jump scare if you don't know it's coming. Yeah, every time you open up or you get near the shipping bin, she pops out. She goes like this, like a little lurk emote. There's a Lewis one, and then there's cute ones. They have like cats and dogs that will pop out, and a bear. I love it. I love it. Which one are you sharing, Moonwitch? Which one is that? You know, I don't know, like looking out a window or something. Did you, maybe his head was gonna pop out? I don't know. Let's see where he's at right now. I'm gonna go to Robin's. Oh, regular cutscene? Hey, Sloot, I was just about to head out. Visit me? Oh, hop on. I want to show you something. Okay, I'm gonna go with him. Asher, thanks for the raid! How are you doing today? Oh, this is intimate. What's up, my friend? How was your stream? I think that's the Stalker expansion mod, is it? Oh, this is pretty! This is so cute! Are you gonna... He's not gonna push me over the ledge, right? Oh. That's Zuzu City in the distance. You're Zuzu City. How was World of Warcraft today, Asheru. Hi, Simply. Hello. Welcome on and thank you for all the follows, friends. If you're new here, hey, hi, hello. My name is Violet. We love playing cozy variety games over here on Twitch with an emphasis on chat interaction. I hope you're having a wonderful Thursday. Yeah, we're doing the Stardew Valley Sebastian Stalker mod today. We're trying it out. He watched us sleep. He wants to murder people, all in the name of love. Oh, you're smoking. Okay. This could be more intimate. What do you think? You should quit smoking. It's beautiful. Oh. Not exactly how I'd put it. Why would you come out here to stare at something that was ugly? Now I'm finding myself happier at home in the valley. Is it because of me? Salute, yes, that's my government name. I don't usually bring girls to this place. In fact, you're the only one. Look at his blush! Hi, Caroline! How are you doing? Are you in the same scene? Let's go! How are you doing today? Nice to meet you. That's awesome, Asheru. I haven't played World of Warcraft in a hot minute. I don't have time for MMOs right now, but when I do, I will be back. Yes, he also told us about a dream where he chased me. That's true. That's true. You know what I'm trying to say, don't you? Yeah. You want to listen to boner jams with me? Oh. Ah! This is pretty good. Like this is as good as watching me sleep, I think. You're thinking there is an expansion for the Stalker mod? What do you mean an expansion? Explain this to me. I'm excited, but I'm nervous, but I'm also excited. It's 8:20 p.m. on a Tuesday. Does he come out here to smoke at night? He does. Okay, let me see. No, I can't click on him. Oh, thank you. All right, let me pull it up. Yeah, so this is saying 200 lines of pre- and post-marriage dialogue, which we have not seen. Festival dialogue. We didn't see that. The dialogue will not show up unless you have 2 hearts with Sebastian. So, I do have Content Patcher in. I have Miss Coriel's NPC Unique Courtship Response in. I do. So I have all that stuff. Robin, along with bachelors and bachelorettes around Sebastian's age group, will comment on his behavior during different seasons. Yeah. I did all this stuff correctly, or at least I thought I did. So maybe I'm missing something? I do have that stuff enabled. It adds more Stalker stuff? Maybe? Question mark. Well, let's go home and maybe he'll visit us at some point. Yeah, I do. Let me double check that it's actually installed. Give me a second, because I'm saying that now and I'm like, wait, did I? Yep. I have the Yandir Sebastian in. Unique dating responses. Content patcher. Yeah. I have the ones that they were suggesting. Is extra emo, right? So, which mod did you install? That one, right? The Yandir Sebastian dialogue expansion. Wait a second. Hold on. Yeah, that's the one. Yandir Sebastian dialogue expansion. Yep, that's the one that I have. That is the one I'm using currently. Asher, thanks for the raid and run. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. Why do I have fuzz on me? I really appreciate that. Thank you. I'm wondering if maybe we're not seeing enough stuff because we're only doing this in one season. Whereas if they said it's over multiple seasons. I'm gonna try something right now. It may not work, may not do anything. I'm gonna try something. Moving us to summer. Exactly, Faye. Oh my god, why is it even brighter? Oh god, my retinas. Okay, I moved us into summer. There's not gonna be anything for me for summer, right? I'll go down here anyway. I moved us into summer. We'll see if that changes anything and the way that stuff gets responded to. What is this? Oh, Trout Derby. I never knew there was a sign here. Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. And the spring onions are gone, right? Oh, no. In the summertime, they're still here. That's good. I'll still pick these up then. Gives me something to do. We'll see if that has the intended effect that we want it to. Fingers crossed. Sebastian, I just want you to stalk me harder. This is for the dark romance girlies. This is for me. I wonder if we have too many hearts with him now. Maybe we inadvertently made things go too fast. Like, I know we were trying to speedrun it, but maybe we did ruin it by speedrunning it. It was supposed to be over the course of a few weeks, and we're like, you know what? 2 months in like 2 hours. Cam, enjoy your lunch. Enjoy, enjoy. Do, 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 do. Wednesday, so Pierre is not going to be open, so I can't sell my stuff there. We're going to go back. Willie? Good morning, Willie. Why didn't he call me Sloot? Notice you haven't been fishing much. Oh, are you yelling at me about this? It can be difficult to get into the sport for a beginner. I will have you know I'm a professional. Do you know this happens if you don't fish? He's showing me how to hold his rod! Oh my, wait till Sebastian hears about this. That woke me up. Oh, sorry, Willie. The video game Willie. Training rod. Are you kidding? So if you just don't fish, Willie gives you the training rod for free? I actually never knew that. That is amazing. Good luck out there. Thanks, man. Well, all of it's going into the garbage, but I don't know that I want Willie's rod. Yeah. Same. At least, you know, let me have a choice in the matter. I'm just tossing that out, too. It is kind of sweet. It's nice if you are a beginner to the game, I believe. Because a lot of folks who are beginners to the game, God, even now I struggle with fishing. That's why I need the, you know, the cheat for it. But I come from like a more disability reason why I don't like the fishing mod. Where you could run into that, of course. But I just think a lot of people in general just don't like the mechanic of it. And they could be able-bodied, you know? And that is totally okay too. Yeah, it is cool. Me too, Lauren. That makes a huge difference. Golden, thank you. Good morning, Willie. Good morning. We could make me faster running around, too, but I don't really want to. You don't have the dexterity in your hands anymore to do the minigame? Yeah. If I'm having a flare-up, I can't bend my fingers enough to do it. I can do my thumbs on the controller without using mods, but I don't like farming on controller. Like, planting crops, watering, I hate it on controller. It's just not fluid. Have a nice walk? Yeah. Hello! I went shopping last night and... Okay, you told me that before. It was repulsive. No wonder Pierre was selling that slop for so cheap. I don't know where I'd be without you. Probably in a ditch somewhere. Oh, that's a little heavy for me, Sebastian? Bye! He's gonna bell a motorcycle, you please! Oh. You hate the fishing with a passion, especially when the bloody thing starts bouncing. I know. I know. Simmer, welcome back. All right, what time is it? Oh, shit, I gotta take another break. Okay. We're gonna keep playing when I return. I got a question for you. This is gonna be your BRP question. And actually, I'm gonna make it a poll, okay? So mods, you can say BRP question, vote in the poll. I want to know what you want to do. I'll set this for 5 minutes. Thank you for the follows. Okay. What do you want to do when we come back from break? We still have 2 hours, give or take, left in stream. Do we want to try and marry Sebastian and see what that dialogue is? Or do we want to go back to our 1.6 solo farm? Let me know. You can use channel points to vote. Mods, if I don't make it back before the voting has completed, just let me know which one has won. And if you can put that in mod bussy for me, that'd be great. All right, cool. All right, pals, I'll be right back. Thanks, Chaos. Yeah, it's on my list, too, if you want to check out my mods while we're gone, the Stardew Valley mods. Those are my normal ones that we use. Those are my ride or dies. And if y'all are like, Philo, what mods do you and Shelly use? That should still be updated for Shella's mods, too. You see these when we do our co-op farms on Mondays. All right? Okay, I'll be right back. Hello. Hi. Which one won? We're marrying Sebastian. We're staying on this. Okay. Hi, Scottish. How you doing, baby? Good to see you. Let's go. All right. Y'all really like the Stalker Sebastian. I like it. Hell yeah. Okay. Listen, I am but a puppet for chat. So, well, listen. It has to be rain for us to get the necklace, right? Okay, so then we gotta go home. We gotta sleep so we can get the pendant. It'll be raining, and I guess we're gonna marry him? I totally didn't contribute half the winning votes. I believe you. I believe you. Y'all are feral for him. Good on you. This kind of makes me want to go through the other ones, but maybe not right away. Like, I would love to try the Elliot one. What else did I say? I don't know if I want to do the Shane one. Like, let's be real. Maybe not. Maybe not for Shane. Tadpoos. Excuse me, young mariner. May I acquire a mermaid pendant? Thank you, sir. Might be a little too real. Yeah. He's already got some problems, you know. Maybe let's not add to the problems of making him a stalker. Let's leave his problems alone. What's another? I think Leah has it. I kind of would love to see it from like a lady perspective. I think that would be kind of cool. Maybe not. We could always see. Yeah. I'm gonna change the time to 4 p.m. again and see if he'll actually leave his room so we can propose to him on a Thursday. Where's everybody? Wake up! Oh, are you? Okay, I'm leaving. Okay, everybody's awake. Where are you going? What are you up to? I'll meet you outside. Hi. Good morning. I went shopping last night. Why do you keep talking to me about the ancient fruit wine? If you're lucky, you might see a frog in this weather. Oh, no. Is it because it's raining? I'm going to go home and sleep again. I know you're probably sick of this, but you're right. So, okay. So we found out during different weather storms, he's normal. He's got a switch. Stalker mode, regular sunny days. The vitamin D propels his stalker battery. When it's raining out, he's normal Sebastian. Okay, good to make note of. I'd rather him be a switch than have one. Okay. Calm your loins down for me. No, it doesn't work on rainy days for whatever reason. Oh, he's just in his room today. Or it hasn't been in the past. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. You look pretty cute standing around like that, Sloot. Thanks. I'm so lucky. Ah! How about you're even the luckiest stalker alive? You're asking me if I'll marry you? Really? Am I dreaming? I've been waiting for this day for so long. A month and a half. Yes, Sloot. The thought of having you as my wife is almost too good to be true. Give me about 3 days and I'll get everything ready for our wedding. Okay. In a couple of days, I'm going to be living on a farm. I can't believe it. I'm happy, though. I can't believe it's not butter. Bye! Okay. Well, we got that going for us. I wonder if he's going to have any other remarks before we get married. You give me 3 days to think about it. I don't know how... Do you think the excitement is going to be gone, though, if he's not watching me sleep? If he's living with me? You know? Do I reek of desperation? Hi, Chrissy! How's it going? Should I just bring Demetrius one singular melon? I think I'd like to. Who's coming on in? Thank you for a year! Let's go! How are you doing, baby? Good to see you. You got 5 votes for that sweet, sweet, sweet resub. Let me know where you want to put them for a commemorative PP emote. You could put them into Clip, Smash, or Hamster. Just let me know in chat which one you vote for, and I'll get that on in for you. Interesting day at work today. Good, bad, in between. Are you ready for the weekend, Chrissy? Skip is having a week at work today. Hammy? All right. Damn, Hammy is really running away with it now. There you go, darling. Thank you so, so, so much. Thank you, pals. Thanks for all the love. Seriously. It was funny? Oh, that's good then. As long as it's not traumatic. I prefer not trauma. I love the summer music. It's just so delightful. Corporate screwed up and everything was ringing 60% off. Oh my God. Could you do anything about it? Or you just had to, you know, leave it? You just had to let it be. Add it to my millions. Hi, good morning. Oh, okay. Will you say anything else? Oh, we kissed. So this was the first day. So how... I have to sleep till Monday? Somebody help me out. He said in 3 days. It was on Friday. So Saturday, Sunday. So Monday is the day I'm going to be getting married. I wonder if we'll have any different dialogue at the wedding. They were aware of the issues, so it ended up getting fixed, but it was a fun ride while it lasted. I bet people were really excited about it. Okay, that was 2 more sleeps. Ah! Why does he look like that? Why is he wearing gloves? When Sloot first arrived in Pelican Town, no one knew she'd fit in with our community. But from this day forward, Sloot is going to be as much as a part of this town as any of us. It is my great honor on this day, 22 of summer, to unite Sloot and Sebastian in the bonds of marriage. Aye. Well, let's get right to it. Sloot, Sebastian. As the mayor of Pelican Town and regional bearer of the matrimonial seal, I now pronounce you wife and husband. You may kiss. He didn't dress up. I mean, he's wearing a suit. Oh my God, Marty is happy every single time, huh? So, how is this gonna go? Sebastian the demon butler? He could be. The wedding was wonderful, wasn't it, dear? It was, dear. We can't forget about the farm. Time to get to work. Is that it? Is that all you're bringing to this loveless marriage? Oh, you're bringing board games and your computer, and that's about it. All right. Good night. We'll see how he is in the morning time. How does that trigger? Do you have to get married first for the mystery bundles? The mystery boxes to come up? His hair is also super similar, is it? Oh, he didn't... Oh, I understand. He was in normal clothes? I wonder what prompted that. Hey, Sloop, good morning. Want some coffee? I would love some. Thanks for giving me some. That's really nice. Here, take this back. Thanks, I like this. You're welcome. You just gave it to me. I'm glad you're fine after last night. You passed out while we were in the middle of... What? 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 While we were in the middle of what? Anyway, I promise I'll be more gentle next time. Sorry. Ah! What? joined, if you're just joining us, I can explain. Hi, cat. Oh my God. Joe Goldberg walked so Sebastian could run. Hi, Zex. There's no explaining. I was not expecting that. I don't know what I was expecting. It was not bad. I need to go to bed and think about some things. Is everybody clipping that? Golden, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I walked right in during Sebastian's confession. I'm so sorry if you just joined us. The way that I had to throw my headphones. All right. Everybody calm down. It feels good not having to go outside for once. Why don't you stay in too? We have a farm, Sebastian. I can think of a few things we could do. Do I need the spray bottle, sir? Jesus Christ! Isn't that what started all this drama? Where's the hose? You like Sebastian more now? You know what's funny to me? No. Hear me out. Maybe this is not true. What is going on? Maybe this isn't true. But I love how he was only stalker to us, but now he's sexual after we got married. Sanctimony of marriage. What are you doing? What is this? What is that? Just because I'm your husband now doesn't mean I'm not still wary of other guys. Stay close to me and me only. Oh my God. Wait, literally, I gave you a mermaid pendant. You live with me. I don't think you need to be concerned about anything. What do you think, sweetheart? About what? I ordered this the other day and it just arrived. What is it? Okay. Can that happen? Oh, sorry. Where are you going? Where are you running to? Okay. Why do all of my spouses run away from me in the bedroom? That's vanilla? Is it really? The nightstands have drawers. Aha. He follows it. He's a little bit possessive, right, Giggles? How are you doing? Okay. He stands in the corner of the room like a stalker. Yeah. Oh, I have more hearts. Oh my God. All right, hold on. We gotta gift him some things. I wonder what's gonna happen when we get maxed out. I'm a little nervous. Let's only fill up one heart bar. I don't know how many times I need to gift him stuff. Jesus, I'm giving you your favorite thing. I'm so glad, Giggles. Thanks for being here. This has been fun. You're right. Shella's wife ran across water. She became Jesus to get away from Shella. You pass out in the middle. They're scared to break you. Oh, well, in that case. Oh, it's raining today. We might not get a good dialogue. Oh, Salute. I found something in the mines that you might like. When does he go to the mines? What? I'm fine. Of course I can hold my own down there. I told you before that I'd kill anyone or anything for you. Hello? 911? Help! Thanks for the follows, y'all. I'll kill them for you. And then the fucking smile, like, okay, bye. So apparently Rain does now not change his demeanor once you're married. Oh no, Jen. Hello? What was that? Y'all see that? Did you kill somebody? What was that? What was that thing at the bottom of my screen? What happened? Hi, Jay. You have something he can kill. What is it? Scottish, how are you doing? Check the chick. What do you mean the chickens? What about the chickens? Okay. I've completely ignored the chickens. Are they dead? Cause 911 for an extra pepperoni pizza. Oh, they're pissed at me. They're so mad. I've checked the chickens. Doesn't seem to be anything out of the ordinary outside of them being really mad at me. Sorry. Sorry, chickums. My bad. No, you're fine. I wouldn't have known. It was like, I got a little volume icon down below on the lower left-hand corner of the screen. And I've never seen that before. Show. Oh, lets you know there's a sound overnight. Okay, so something happened. Okay. The weather's starting to cool off. It feels great. Uh-huh. More accessibility. Yeah! Cool. Oh, for the owl statue. Okay, okay. Yeah, 911. We have a crazy person here. But also, I installed this mod myself, so I really want to see it. For testing and scientific purposes, so I can show you the mod, obviously, for no other reasons. Should we go to the festival tomorrow night? It's actually a tradition I kind of enjoy. I want us to go to the festival tomorrow. I think I'm gonna do that and change the time because maybe now that we're married, we'll have different dialogue. Should we try it? There's no harm, right? There's no harm. Where is he? He's not in my house right now. Sebastian! Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Oh my God, he's just standing outside. Journey! Thank you for 10 months! We are married to Sebastian. It's true. It's true. Are you excited for us? Journey. Let me know where you want to put your 5 votes for our PP emote commemoration. You can choose from Clip, Smash, or Hamster. Just let me know in chat. Oh my God, Jen, you're so fine. And for the laughs, of course. Oh, Lord, you're so fine. Yeah, that's helpful, though. He hates the flower dance. Okay, so this is going to be what, the moonlight jellies today, then? I didn't even get a notification for it. Hey! 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 Fairwitch, thank you so much for the 600 biddies! Thank you so much! I appreciate it. You're going to say smash? Okay. I got you. We're up to 150 for a smash. Thanks, Bear Witch. We are 100 biddies away from doing another whale spin. No pressure! It's just there, and it's easy math for me to do, so I'm gonna say it, okay? I'm gonna say it. Oh! A golden kappa train is close! Oh my God! You don't have to do anything. We've had a golden kappa train before. We don't have to do anything. We're one thing away, so I think it's like 1 sub or what, something. I don't know. Lauren! Thank you so much for the golden kappa train. Let's go! So, if you contribute to this train at all, you get a golden kappa you can use for 24 hours, and you can use it anywhere on Twitch to show off that you've participated with us. No pressure, but thank you so much. Lauren, thank you. Where would you like to put your votes? Lilac, I got you 5 in Sky. I'm sorry, in Smash. Thank you, thank you. Simmer, thank you for the biddies. Where would you like your 2 votes? Let me know. Mods, could you clear out Lilac for me? I ended up closing it by mistake. Crafty, thanks for the 100 biddies. Where would you like to put that, sweetheart? Oh, you could hear my reaction. Okay, good. Smash, I got you. thanks for the resub! Thanks for 3 months! Courtney, where would you like your 5 votes to go? Let me know. You can at me in chat, by the way. Oh my god!
I like cozy games. It's not to be relaxed, it's to be a slut.
Kat, thank you so much for the 500 biddies! Thank you, Kat. Where would you like your votes to go? Let me know. The clip needs a little love. Yeah? You want to put it in there, Simmer? You got it. I know. Everybody's really like, the clip? Nah, we're good. Crafty, you want Smash? I got you. 157 for Smash. And then Kat wants Smash. We're up to 162 for Smash. Thank you. I don't want to dance with you. I want to dance with someone else, so I'll dance with you. I would be devastated. I'd be devastated. Scatter, thanks for the biddies. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You got Amanda hugging a tree. I know. Isn't that amazing? All the smashes lately, right? Chat really saw this mod and was like, smash. Okay, ready? It feels great now that I have a front row seat for watching you work instead of watching from afar like I used to. What the fuck? Courtney Hamster, I got you. Thanks, sweetheart. Thank you. Oh my god. Well, you know. Oh no, how weird. I asked for this. I did. What? I can still help out if you want. Just ask. Okay. Dear Sloot, tonight at around 10 p.m., the Moonlight Jellies. I'm gonna just make the time go by faster. Okay, let's warp to the beach. I just want to see if anything is happening. I just want to see. Yeah, he's big into creepy. There's your answer. Well, nothing so far. Is this turning me into a dark romance reader? Please just don't start with Haunting Adeline. Or maybe if you enjoyed if you enjoyed Sebastian's dialogue right after we got married, read Haunting Adeline. Hi, husband. While everyone is distracted by the lights in the water, want to make out? Oh, okay. Promise me you will when we get home then? Oh, sorry for denying you. Sure. Is that the mod dialogue, or is he just feral if we marry him? Nothing else. Good evening, Sloot. I'm wondering if I'm not getting dialogue from the other people is because I don't actually have higher hearts with them. It's basically supposed to be all of my other suitors. Is there just a feral husband mod? There could be. You think it's the mod? Okay. That's even better. That's even better. I just want to see all the dialogue options. I don't know if that's boring for y'all that I keep sleeping and we just keep checking stuff, but that's what I want to do. I want to see how feral we can get. I'm not even at max hearts with him yet. Think about that. I'm at, what is it? When you get married, what do you get? 12 hearts? I think we're at 10, something like that. Oh, you want to play Stardew? Yeah? I love this. What's your favorite festival in the game? Do you have one? This is my favorite one. Because myself and Kip love jellyfish, so it reminds me of us. Think about downloading it. You should. It is listed on my mods list if you're looking for it. Now remember, you can You have to just double check that you have everything else downloaded. Before you download it, be like, oh, what does this require? And make sure you download that too, okay? I don't know if I have that listed on my mod list. Y'all, thank you so much again for the incredible, incredible Golden Kappa train. I hope you enjoy them if you got some. Thank you so much for the love and support today. Before we move on to the next day, because I wanted to wait till that was over, we're going to do another wheel spin. And you know what? I'll do regular for y'all because I think you want it. Hopefully it'll be a giveaway of some sort. 11 out of 14. Okay. Friendship bracelet! Yes, 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 yes. Okay, so if you've never won a friendship bracelet from us before, you get to experience this for the first time. I hand make them. The ones that I have right now, you can choose the color, and I have a cute little heart on them, and I think it'll be really nice for the summertime. So, exclamation point bracelet in the chat. You just have to be comfortable with giving me your address, and then you have to pick out the color for me in a Discord message, okay? Exclamation point bracelet, yeah. Yay, Simmer, yay, Crafty! Yay, yay, yay. Good luck, everyone. Courtney, how are you doing today? Kiara, hello. Karara, excuse me, sweetheart. I don't know why I always say your name wrong. Karara, thank you so much for the gifted sub! To Jenny, enjoy! Karara, I'm gonna come back over here for you, sweetheart. Where would you like to put your vote into? You got 5 votes. You can put them into Clip, Smash, or Hamster, and you got a nice love bite. That's from On, by the way. On gave me that gift. Thank you, honey. I appreciate it. Yeah, exclamation point bracelet. Name scare? What happened? What'd I do? What'd it do? Hamster is cute, so you got it? All right. Hamster it is. Hammy, hammy, hammy. Yay! Thank you, thank you. All right, last call. Exclamation point bracelet. Last call, last call. I'll give you a couple more seconds, then we'll roll it. Oh, are you? Oh, you go by Jenny IRL. Oh, okay. Jen, you were probably like, my government name is Violet. No. All right, Andrea, you're the last one. We are rolling, and Simmer, congratulations. Simmer, I need 2 things from you, sweetheart. I need you to hop in the Discord if you're not in there already. Send me a message and pick your favorite color, and I will get that bracelet made for you and sent out this weekend. Congratulations! We get some love and hype in the chat for Simmer. Yay! Hi, Eric. You did! That's incredible! Now you got this commemorative bracelet. Maybe to memorialize your time playing Stardew with us. That's awesome! Yay! You're welcome! And listen, I might not have your favorite color, but I will pick something within that family. So if you're like, I like blue, I'll try and find a blue for you. May not be your favorite hue or shade of blue, but it'll be blue, all right? You can also give me a couple of different colors that might help me out. Or some specifics, but yeah. Thanks, Eric. I hope you've been enjoying. Oh, Sebastian's already sleeping. Why aren't you watching me? Oh. You're boring. Remember when you used to stalk me behind the celery stalks? Pastels only? Then I will have a lot for you. You're welcome, Simmer. Oh, I'm glad you like it. Murder mystery game. I did. Jin, that's not out yet, right? Was the demo out or is it out? Because I feel like I've been following a couple like that, but I can't remember their names. Nice, fall's here. Now that the weather is better, maybe we should go out together sometime, just the 2 of us. When do we go out with anybody else? I know a good spot by the lake that I used to live next to. I know! I used to visit you there. Remember? Happy fall. Has he just like forgotten his past life? The demo's out, you're downloading immediately? I don't know if we played the demo or not. Portrait mods. There's a Flirty Bachelors mod, which is probably the closest to Feral. Is there? He is such a dork. Oh, Simmer, I'm glad that I can, you know, put a little pep in your step today. Thanks for being here with us. I could check one of those sites and check. Wait, which site, Mama Rin? Please. Not in this Christian Minecraft server. Salute, are you growing pumpkins? If so, we should have pumpkin soup for dinner. If you want, you could even teach me how to make it too. That'd be cool. All right, what happened to the man that choked me so hard that I passed out? Really disappointed in you. My cat just jumped. Lauren, you want to try that? I don't have the polymod installed. Should we? I'm going to try it. Yeah, let's try it. Oh, Sloot, I found something in the mines that you might like. All right, so that's recycled. That's recycled. Let's do it. Let's go. I'm sorry, the prismatic genie pants really surprised me there. I'm gonna try gifting to other bachelors and bachelorettes to see if this makes any difference. Oh! How did I get a star drop? I didn't max out with him, did I? I found a star drop. It's strange, but the taste reminds you of Sebastian. Girl! Okay. Well, fantastic. No chill. None. None. 12 hearts with a spouse gives you one. But I didn't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh, and there's 14 in total. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, that makes a little bit more sense. I don't love that, but it makes sense. I'm going to make it 1 p.m. so I can go around to different places. Yeah, we'll skip this. What did you miss? We got a star drop that tasted like Sebastian. What else, chat? Were you here when he choked us on our wedding night? Where is everybody? Wake up! Here, you're an eligible bachelor. I'm just gonna spam this. Can we get to like 5 hearts with him or something? You know what? Let's max him out. I'm gonna max him out. I want to see if anything happens. This is a great way to test it. He's gonna be pissed. Maybe he'll commit a murder for us. I really should not be so excited saying that to chat. I'm really sorry. Where is everybody? Sebastian, what did you do? Clearly nothing yet. Flirt with him? This is not good weather for sports. Oh, well, I can always lift weights inside. You could lift me if you wanted to. I can't flirt. I cannot flirt. That's me caring about the cutscenes. Not. Marnie's, that was for the amaranth, right? Hi. Sloot, you're my world. You make me happier than any guy on the planet. So I found this, and I thought you should have it. Take it as my gratitude for giving someone crazy like me a chance with you. I love you, Sloot. Have a great day, Sloot. I love you. What did you... You didn't give me anything. You gave me nothing! He's got to try harder. That's for the star drop. Oh, thank you. Okay. Oh, he's up and about today. I'm debating whether I should work or just read comics all day. What happened to stalking me? You're no fun. raining a lot for the fall, isn't it? Okay, he's not in there today. He's over here. I really want your attention. Damn it. What? You have it. We're married. Okay. Is this man okay? I love that we've gotten into, I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna talk with him, I'm going back to bed. I am in a state of utter shock right now. I think he might be outside today. Where is he? Sebastian? Y'all, where does he go on Saturday, fall of 6? He's... Where did he... Is he committing a murder? Where did he go? Chat? Where is he? Chat? I wish that I had the map mod in right now so we could see where the hell he is on the map. Go up. Outdoor hobby area? What do you mean outdoor hobby area? Did we meet in Lewis's basement? What? Outdoor hobby area? You mean over here? I didn't know this was a thing. You're right. Cat, get out of my way. Why is his bike over here? Hey, Sloot, I'll be working on my bike for a bit. I'll be done soon, don't you worry. I know you want attention. I mean, yeah, I do. Okay, bye. So he was, in fact, not in Lewis's basement. Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing. So, does every marriage candidate have their own outdoor hobby section? I feel like that's such a bad place to put a motorcycle. For each of the romanceables, the paved area near the house becomes a spot for their hobbies. No kidding. I usually put stuff there. I'm not even joking. They do. Wow, I've learned so much today. I've done perfection, and this is still new to me. All right, that's boring. I think we've done all we can do with Sebastian. We'll try one more day. We'll see if we get any new dialogue. Sometimes I wish I could keep you chained up in our house so you couldn't go outside anymore. I miss you pretty often. Whatever. Oh. FBI! I made a terrible mistake! Okay, goodbye. I'm just gonna leave right now while I still can. You were saying? I've decided to shut my mouth. I've decided to shut the fuck up. Don't worry, half size. Golden's gonna have a clip for you. All right, no, let's do a few more. Let's do a few more. Well, it said 200 plus lines of dialogue, but I didn't know if that was including or excluding being married, you know, because we were getting some recycled, so I figured I don't want to just be here, hearing the same things over and over again. Okay, he's not inside. He's outside. Living on a farm with you is much better than my dream of living in the city alone, Sloot. Plus, if I had moved to the city, someone else might have stolen you from me. That makes me feel kinda jealous. Oh. Hi, Apocalypse! Hello! I'm gonna pursue him on his next go-around, and now I kinda wanna go back for Elliot. You should! Do it! Excluding spicy mods. The only ones are gender swapping, though it doesn't change the dialogue, it seems, and the more flirty bachelors. Okay. Yeah, this one would be under, if you Google it on if you search on Nexus, I keep butchering this name. It's under Yander, Yandere. Like, just put that in, and all of the Stalker mods should come up. Hi, Megan! Oh my god, let's go! Bougie hair oil, yes! Giggles, thanks for We'll see you tomorrow if you come back. And if not, we'll see you next week, okay? Yeah, see? And again, I don't know if it's because it's raining or not. Because we had days where it's raining and he did do something weird. But then other days, no. Hey, do we have any pizza in the freezer? I'm hungry. Oh. That's it? All right, let's max this out. Yes, correct. Am I saying it wrong again? That's the one, yeah. All right, we're maxed out now. I don't know if that's gonna change anything. Rebel, hello! Oh my god, I'm so excited for you! Can we get some love and hype? And good lucks in the chat for Rebel. Break a leg, darling! I'm excited for you. Hell yeah. Sebastian! Hey, Sloot, I'm gonna go out today, all right? There's some stuff I want to do. And things I have to take care of. Okay. I'll see you later. I love you. Stay safe. Why does that, if you need me, just call my name? What? Not call you on the phone, but just call your name? Who do I have max hearts with? Alex? Do you think Alex is going to be removed from the game? Can you confirm or deny these accusations, chat? I'm going to make the time go by, and I'm going to hop on over. I just want to see if anything happens. Good luck! Yes! Yandere. 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 There we go. I'm skipping this. He is. Oh my god. Can we... Okay. Please. Oh, hi. I'm going to do a ton of sit-ups tonight. Good for you. You have to work really hard if you want to achieve your maximum potential. All right. Well, there was nothing out of him. I just wanted to try. I hope he's in the bush. No bush yet. Wait a second. Where does he go? Actually, this is a very valid point. So he said he was leaving. Is he just in this upper corner again? No. Wait, where did he go? Genuine question. If he's not by the motorcycle, he's not outside, he's not in the house, where did he go? Now he's missing. Genuinely, now he is missing. Should I walk back to Alex's house? He wishes he was in Sloot's bush. I mean, listen, he has been before. I meant because he was stalking me from... Never mind. Never mind. How y'all doing today? Good. Happy Thursday Monday. Okay. He's not like in here, right? Okay. Alex is just doing push-ups. Can't talk. Okay. Sure. He said before that he was stalking from afar, so, like, I just assumed. No, seriously, where the hell is this man? I thought that he just stayed. What happened to the man who choked me in bed so hard I passed out? Yeah, what happened to him? I don't know. This was another area he used to hang out, so I thought maybe he just left and is smoking up here. I'm serious. Where the fuck did he go? Oh my god, I'm so upset that I don't have that on the map, and I don't think the CJB Cheats menu will show me, right? So it shows relationships. Have warp locations. Completing quests, wallet items, unlocked areas. Oh, I can add money from here. I just realized that. No. Did we check the basement? Lewis's basement? by the train? Maybe, but I don't have that opened yet. I guess I wait, do I? What? Oh, I guess this is open. Okay. Where does he normally hang out? Over yonder? He's out committing crime. No, but I think he might be. I think he might be. I'm kind of nervous to go to bed. I don't know. I feel like something's gonna happen, y'all. Like, that was the first time he said that to us. Golden, thank you. We don't have a basement, right? Just Lewis's basement by the Signer Tunnel. Yeah, I didn't see him over on there. Okay, I'm sure nothing bad is happening overnight. What? He's still gone. Chat. No, never mind. He's working on his motorcycle. Okay. Hey, Sloot. I'll be working on my bike for a bit. Yeah. I'm glad the path to the railroad tracks is open again. I like going up there when I feel like being alone, which is often. Maybe he was up there yesterday and I didn't see him. I'm curious what happens when you have kids. Silly question. How do I have kids? I've done it before for my perfection run. I have to upgrade the house, right? But outside of that, what do I have to do? Might as well upgrade the house. Right? Yeah. Okay. You not work today? Wait a second. Well, Vi, yes? It's a random event at night? Okay, so we'll focus on upgrading the house. Upgrade and then he'll ask me. Okay. 100 pieces of hardwood. Absolutely. Thank you. And Mommy and Daddy love each other very much. They chain each other up in the basement? I think I've been taught wrong. There are comments made if you're married to someone else. Oh, okay. That would have been fun to check. Tomorrow's that fair thing. I'm a bit worried. Why? Well, a lot of new people come to town for it. I've seen some pretty sleazy looking guys. So you'd best stay by me so I can protect you, Sloot. Okay. Bye! And how long does it take for Robin to upgrade? 3 days? Maybe? Potentially? Okay, he's not here. Go to the fair and only hang out with Alex? Oh, I should. When is the fair? Is the fair today? Or is it Wednesday? It's happening tomorrow. It doesn't help me! I don't have my UI mod in here, right? Is it today or tomorrow? It feels great now that I have a... Yeah. All right, that's the same dialogue. I think we're going to just try for the fair and then move on. It is today? Okay. What time does it start? Okay, perfect. It is fun. And I think that if you played with this mod as you're actually progressing with the farm, it'll be an even better, because we're just trying to speed run it and see what it's like. You know? Okay, I want to speak with Alex right now. Nothing. I didn't get anything else. So maybe it only matters if you've married somebody else or you're dating somebody else. Hey, Sloot, I'm just catching up with Sam. Go ahead and have some fun. Okay. Nothing that special. Nothing that special. Oh. Really? I can't get the underpants? his underpants called? Are they not just underpants? Pants? I figured that I could spawn that item. Time to speedrun round 2. Shorts? Oh, you beautiful person. Thank you. What just happened to me? Okay, that was weird. Come on, we gotta do it. We gotta do it while we're here. Okay. Thank you. Here I am trying to put in underpants. Me too. Me too, Chaos. How intently did you stare at your own pants, Mayor? I just want to know. I just want to talk about it. I just want to ask a question. A simple question for a simple person. Sebastian's still over here with Sam? Yeah. Hey, Sloot, having a good time. I gotta name another character Sloot. This has sent me. Also talk to Marnie. Okay. That was some strange-looking purple lettuce in your Grange display. I swear, it just looked like Mary Lewis's special What? Oh, never mind! Ah! Marnie, you could do so much better. You! Was that some kind of sick prank? These are very private. Here, take 750 star tokens and don't tell a soul. Now go clean up your box and bring me my item tomorrow. I think I shan't. That gets me every time. Evil run, baby. That's freaking great. Oh my god, can I not just hold up the underpants, please? Sebastian's already in bed sleeping. Good night. Oh. Living large. Wait, I can't even access the room. This is where our babies will go. This is another room you could chain me up in. Holding up the pants like a badge of honor. La la la. Shame. You know, like in Game of Thrones when they were saying shame and ringing the bell? I'm just gonna say shame and just wave the purple shorts around. I'll make a makeshift flag out of it. Hey, Sloot, good morning. Want some coffee? I do. Here, take that. You're welcome. I'm glad you're fine after last night. He's saying it again. Well, I think we've done as much as we can do with Stalker Sebastian. At least for now. So this is what we're gonna do, pals. I'm gonna take a break. We still got a little over an hour left of stream. I'm gonna switch us over to our 1.6 file, and we're gonna continue with that, okay? Sound good? Put a 1 in the chat if you're ready. All right, I'm gonna update our status so people know we're no longer stalking. All right, sounds good? Awesome! Hi, Wonder Woman! Hi, Merca! Hi, besties! Right? What if you gave the underwear to Seb? I could try it. I wonder if he'll say anything. Might as well. We don't have to save it. Hey. I hate this. He hates it. Sloot, I'm so in love with you. Now that we're married, we're together forever, right? Now you can't leave me. I won't let you. Oh dear. Pisces, thank you for 3 months. How you doing, bestie? Pisces, thank you for the support and for the love. I got some presents for you over here. You got 5 votes for our emote voting. Let me know in chat if you want to put them into Clip, Smash, or Hamster. Making hammy food. Are you? Right now? I want to see you give him... I literally thought it said I want to see you give him your underwear. And I was like, never mind. No Stalker-specific stuff for the underwear, unfortunately. Divorce him? There is a dialogue for divorce? How do I divorce him? Okay. Okay, when I come back then, we'll divorce him. We'll divorce him. But you gotta tell me how. And you gotta remind me, okay? Remind me when we come back. Pisces, hamster, you got it. Thank you so much, darling. It's through a book in Lewis's house at Lewis's place. All right, well, let me make my way over there and see if we can do it. And marry Sam. I mean, I probably could because we have enough hearts up, right? Pisces, I'm having a lovely day. Thanks for asking. Forage food. Oh, she's gonna have such a nice full belly. You said there's a... Is it one of these books? Filed for divorce. Yes. Your divorce papers have been filed, but your spouse won't know until tomorrow morning. So we're not gonna see the error of our ways, potentially, until tomorrow. Okay. Somebody remind me to get into the goddamn house and go the goddamn to sleep when we come back. He's not gonna know? Do you think he knows? Nope, he has no idea. Okay. All right. We'll figure out what the divorce does, and then we'll call it, and we'll switch over to the 1.6 farm, okay? All right. BRP question for you. What are you having for dinner tonight? Let me know. I need some ideas. It's been takeout week for us. We've been going through it. And, I don't want Taco Bell or pizza. I was thinking of a sandwich tonight. Getting like a sandwich from a deli or something. Let me know what you're having. Maybe it'll spur some inspiration for me, okay? Be right back! Hello, we are back. Dawn, how are you doing? Hi, Chaos. Hello. Parrot, hello. How are y'all doing, pals? All right, what are you having for dinner? Tell me things. No, we didn't have babies. We didn't have babies. Ooh, with mixed veggies? Oh, maybe I might have potatoes. Chicken nuggets. Sweet potato for you. Your wife is a regular potato gal. Me too. Kip likes the sweet potatoes. They'll get like sweet potato fries. Chicken and veggie soup. You have chilies? Chicken tetrazzini? What's that? Pizza? Pizza's always good, but I don't know. We already had pizza once this week. I try and limit it to once a week, either with frozen or takeout. Ooh, Panda Express. I can't do it anymore. Chinese food I haven't been able to do. It has way too much sodium for me now. I instantly will get my swollen joints. Even if I really eat low sodium the beginning of the day, if we're having it for lunch or dinner, it doesn't matter. It doesn't offset anything. I miss it. And I wouldn't even go wild with what I would order. I would just get crab rangoons, pork fried rice, some sort of maybe general chicken or whatever, you know. It's so sad. Love a good stew? Yeah, I know. Not yet, Scottish. Not yet. Or at least I haven't gotten notified. Nothing came yesterday, and so far nothing has come today. Maybe tomorrow? I did get emails that I think everything got ordered. Or the orders were placed. Because there's usually a delay from Throne for when the stuff gets sent. But don't worry. If they do and you're not here, I'll make sure to clip it. And I can send it to you in Discord, too. So don't you worry, darling. Your husband doesn't like them, so you don't do it often. Yeah, me too. I'm basic and I'm bland. Number one, because I like it that way, but number two, I kind of have to do that. Oh no, his room was removed. So if you divorce somebody, I've never divorced somebody before in the game. Did they just go back to where they normally used to live? How does that work? Oh no, I'm kind of nervous. Oh, Sebastian! Parrot, I'm doing good. How are you? Oh, that sounds delicious, Lauren. And mushrooms? Love that. You're going to regret this, Sloot. Oh! What? Get out of your sight? That's easy. All I have to do is get rid of your pretty eyes? Oh, Sloot, don't worry. I'll take good care of them. Oh my god, we've made a terrible mistake! Goodbye. Nothing to see here. I want to see if we get one more with him. I'm going to go to bed one more time, and we're going to see if we get one more dialogue. Then we'll switch over to our 1.6 farm, okay? What's up, Kai? Welcome on in. Does he still have the hearts? That's a good question. No, he's listed as my ex-husband, and we're now back to our 8 hearts together. I wonder... Okay, I want to try 2 more things. The first thing is I want to bombard him again and see if he's still pissed at me. The second thing is I want to try and see if I start dating somebody else, if there's going to be different dialogue to that as well. What do you think? What are we thinking? No! SMG! What was it? Tell me. Okay, so that's the same dialogue. So let me go and see if I can... I don't know. Get a bouquet for Alex or something? Right? Hi. We'll try this. I thought hearts went to 0 when you divorced. I honestly don't know. It could be the CJB cheats. I am unaware. Do it for Sam. Make it sting. Should I? Thank you for the follow. I'm gonna do Alex just because he's here. You know, this is supposed to be to work the other way around. I guess that means you and I are dating, huh? Yep. Alex gives your arm a squeeze, grinning. Okay. I'm gonna go to bed again and see if this does anything, and we'll see. Thanks for the lurk, Kai! And thanks for the follow. I could date both of them, you know? I could go back to being the town bicycle. Bicycle, bicycle, bicycle. I want to be a bicycle. Where's everybody? Wake up. Shella made this. Oh, Shella made the shark. Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, that's why everybody was waving it around yesterday. That makes way more sense. Nothing. No, it's just the same dialogue over and over again. So, I guess that's it. Well. The moral of the story, kids. Don't date a stalker and then divorce them because you will not keep your eyeballs. They will keep them for you. Forever. Bye! All right. Can we get some love and hype today? This was fun. This was really, really fun. We're not going anywhere yet. I just have to switch my mods over. So give me a second because chat is going away. I cannot see you right now, unfortunately, while I bring this up. Okay. Delete that one. Delete that one. Everything else.